Nicole Kreitzer.
I'm Nathan.
I'm Rob.
Kim.
Leanna.
Steve Davis.
Okay. 5 years ago was the best moment of my life. I gave birth to my two beautiful twins. Even though they were premature, they were both born healthy and strong, and my husband and I couldn't be happier. Most of you have probably probably parents, so you know the feeling of awe you get when you have your first child. That's how we felt, until sleep deprivation began. It was a joy watching our twins grow and hit their developmental milestones. Their first wave, their first coo, their first crawl. We were just blessed to see them grow. However, we quickly noticed that our son Jackson wasn't as quick to hit these developmental milestones as his twin sister Addison. We brought this up to our pediatrician, who told us that it's normal for one twin to be slower than the other. Well, when Jackson was 16 months old, we finally decided to take matters into our own hands. We took Jackson in to get evaluated at the early intervention program in Oklahoma called Sooner Start. There we learned that Jackson had a severe speech delay, sensory processing disorder, and was at high risk for autism spectrum disorder. Autism spectrum disorder is defined by the CDC as a group of developmental disabilities that can cause significant social, communication, and behavioral challenges. It is sometimes said that if you know one person with autism, you know one person with autism. According to Autism Speaks, symptoms of autism and their severity vary widely. They may result in mild challenges for someone high functioning to severe when repetitive behaviors and lack of language skills interfere with their daily life. Early detection and intervention can greatly improve a child with autism's independence and quality of life. Now, why is this so important? 1 in 68 children in the U.S. have autism, according to the CDC. What's scary is that it's a 100% increase from 10 years ago. We do not know all the causes of autism. However, according to the Autism Society, there are a number of theories, including heredity, genetics, and environmental factors such as air pollution and exposure to chemicals. To this day, it bothers me that we still do not know what has caused our child to have autism. However, we like to focus on what we can do to help Jackson grow and become the best version of himself. For us, this meant speech therapy, occupational therapy, and strategies taught to us by these professionals to help Jackson with his daily routine. This all began with early intervention. According to Autism Speaks, early intervention can change underlying brain development and activity. The CDC reports that research shows early detection and intervention can greatly improve a child's development. Early intervention programs across the U.S. provide services such as applied behavioral analysis, speech therapy, occupational therapy, and physical therapy. The Autism Science Foundation states that these treatments work to maximize functional independence and quality of life. According to Autism Speaks, a recent study shows compelling evidence that an intensive early intervention program improves brain activity related to social responsiveness. Each state has an early intervention program. These are usually cost-free to eligible families and are mandated by federal and court law. 1/3 of children with autism are nonverbal. Speech therapy can help. My son had a severe speech delay before he started speech therapy. He was unable to communicate his needs and his desires. He is now 5 years old, speaking full sentences, and is able to communicate his needs and desires to his father, myself, and to his teachers, and even his friends. His speech therapist recently told me that he could grow up to be an engineer. He is so bright. That was a very proud moment for me. So what are the early warning signs of autism? Well, if your child does not coo or babble by 12 months, does not gesture, point, wave, or grasp by 12 months, does not say single words by 16 months, does not say two-word phrases on his or her own by 24 months, and has any loss of any language or social skill at any age. More of this information can be found on the National Institute of Child Health and Human Services website. Just because your child shows some of these symptoms did not necessarily mean that they have autism. However, since the critical window of opportunity for learning is birth to 6 years old, it is always a good idea to get them in earlier than later. In conclusion, I would like to remind you that autism can cause significant social communication and behavioral challenges. No one child with autism is alike. Autism can range in severity from mild to severe. 1 in 68 children in the United States have autism. That is a 100% increase from 10 years ago. The causes are unknown, but early intervention can greatly improve a child with autism's independence and quality of life. As a mother of autism, I know firsthand how early intervention can change your child for the better. My son Jackson is why I ask you today to help raise awareness for these unique children, because they are different, not less.